Yes, good morning, students. In continuation of day 2 video lecture, now I will explain very important term in the Java programming, that is data types. As you know, every variable should be declared using data type. You have to explain your value of which kind of data. So without wasting time, I will start to give description of data type. I am directly jumping on that slide. So that slide is the 28. Okay. Now, as in the screen, the word is data type. Now this data type is nothing but is a variable. It is a variable in Java, and it must be specified a data type. So here we are learning how to specify data type to the variable, and directly we can say how the value are there. So data type are divided into two broad group. इसे हम दो डोमेन में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं, क्लासिफाइड कर सकते हैं, ग्रुप बना सकते हैं. तो फर्स्ट ग्रुप इज द वर्ड प्रिमिटिव. ठीक है, तो दिस प्रिमिटिव word is very much popular, and in every programming language we are using this word. Basically this word represent standard, and this represent built-in data type. Okay, so every program they have a built-in data type, standard data type, or primitive data type. It means we don't need to make such kind of data type. We have ready-made this all data type. And another word is known as a non-primitive. Non-primitive means these are not standard. These are not built in. These have to create by the programmer. That's why this is known as a sometime user defined data type. You are making your own data type. The like is the string. String is a one data type. Array is a one your this non-primitive data type. Class is the basically completely your non-primitive, and this is the user-defined data type. Now built-in data type, that is primitive data type, includes what? First byte, second short, third int, fourth long, fifth float, sixth double, seventh boolean, and eighth char. So these 7 data type are the built-in data type. Now we will see the syntax and how we can access and how we can basically use in our program. So now let's start with to understand this very important word difference between primitive and non-primitive data type. Okay, we have to understand the word difference between primitive and the word non-primitive. Clear? Now primitive type are predefined. This is one new word. This is the predefined. Already defined means you can't use this all as a your you can't use for the different purpose. These are the specific purpose. So already defined in the Java. However, the non-primitive type are created by, and this is created by us because we are programmer. So we are created. So this is the programmer and is not defined by Java. ठीक है. तो एक्सेप्ट दे आर टेलिंग फॉर द स्ट्रिंग को इन्होंने बनाया है लेकिन अदर लाइक ए एरे एंड द your class basically we will make. Now the non-primitive type means the the type are can be used to call the method to perform the certain operation while primitive type can't. So this is the another difference. A primitive type has also a value, okay, while the non-primitive type can be null. This is a very big difference between the primitive and non-primitive. A primitive type start with the lowercase letter. Okay, the all primitive type start with the lowercase letter, and while the non-primitive type actually start with the our uppercase letter. So this is the fourth difference. And last, the fifth difference, the size of primitive type depend on the your standard data type. Okay, so but the non-primitive type have all the same size. Okay, so this is the all difference between the your primitive and non-primitive concepts are there. Okay, now we will understand more deeply about this concept, the size and their description, like a your byte. Byte is there. So byte is of course 1 byte, and the range of this byte is minus 128 to 127. 1 byte means consists of the 8 bits. 8 bits होगा यहाँ पे, and this will be your minus 128 to 127. Now come to the second short. So short is the 2 byte, and it will be the your range from minus 32,768 to 32,678. So here one number actually include 0. 0 यहाँ पर included. This is 0 from 32767. So this becomes a 32768. And this minus 32678 means you are starting from minus 1. Similarly, we have int is a 4 byte, the big number with this 4 byte. So this actually range is specifying whenever you will do the operation, so that all will be in this range. Okay, let you are doing the operation like addition. अब आपने 2 नंबर को ऐड करना है, सपोज इतना बड़ा नंबर है से, तो whenever you will manipulate, this should be in this range. अगर इससे भी बड़ा जाना है तो we have a long int is there. It is a very big number, बहुत बड़ा नंबर है, तो that will be the support the all application. Now the 4 byte, and we are also using for the float number. When we have a decimal point, so this will be your 6 to 7 decimal digit for the your float. But here whenever you are using the double, it means it is storing the 15 decimal digit. Now for the boolean, true and false, and we require only 1 bit. Okay, 1 for true, 0 for false. So this is very short size, and this is a very short size, 1 bit. Now care required the 2 byte, in which we are using this all ASCII values. So these are the description of your what primitive data type. Okay, now come to the your tips. Now here as I want to read and write this all values of this type of this your data type. So I want to run the byte, say the 100. तो 100 किसके अंदर है आपका 128 के अंदर है. So you may run this and you will get 100. Now the short you will get a 5000 for example. So this will be the like that you will get the output. Similarly, you have a int. This number is there. you can input and output. Now we can also assign the long integer, we can make a L, यहाँ पर L यहाँ पर common रहेगा आपका, ठीक है. So this show the your in value is a long, and you can print on this print line. Now we have a float, so we should use the word character F is there. So here we can make a this concept. Now double, we can go for D, and this is for the your what, this is your double, तो 15 डिजिट जो मिलेंगे आपको वो होगा, ठीक है. देन यू कैन प्रिंट दिस वन. तो likewise we can think to assign this all values, and you can say you can also output this same values, ठीक है. everything whatever in your input that should be output, है ना, ये होना चाहिए. जब तक ये नहीं होगा तब तक फिर हम लोग कंफ्यूज रहेंगे. Now here I am explaining the difference between the float and double, ठीक है. तो precision of floating point value basically indicate how many digit value can be after the decimal point. So here actually we have to understand the decimal point in the float number and the double number. Now here we have a description key in the float this only the 6 or 7 decimal digit, while in the double this is about the 15 digit. Okay, how we can understand this theory? So we can understand by this program. So let I have a float f1 by 22 by 7 double, again 22 by 7, we will print our float and our what double. So here we are getting a output from the float and output from the double. So in float we are getting a 6 decimal, and in the double we are getting a 15 decimal. So like that, whatever in theory you have to understand by this type of the your practical, so that we can easily understand the your theory. Okay, now come to the your last slide of this video lecture of this one. So here I will explain one more thing, that is the your character data type. So in character data type actually I want to explain कि let you have here one symbol, that is the D, and as you will output you will get a output here, that is the D. Okay, so here we are getting a this kind of, इसको black कर देते हैं, so you will get a output. Okay, now let we have a this value, है ना, this value 65 66 67. Now as we will output, है ना, this actually declare as a what, your care, a care से declare. It means here 65 66 67 actually represent the ASCII value. So as we will display this variable 1, so we are getting here capital A, okay, capital B and capital C. So according to ASCII, this all number has symbol like this A, B, C. So by this 65A, 66B and 67C is there. So this about the your data type. Now in the next lecture we will understand the your Java operator. Okay, thank you.